The Pierhead, I was on the board of the Barbados Shipping and Trading at the time. As a director, I became very involved. In fact, we had planned a project for the Pierhead. I would go back 20 years experience designing and testing that project in every way possible. And then I just happened to have a good friend by the name of Neville Isdell. One day I said, Neville, let's go and have lunch in town. And of course, he said to me before that he was interested in some investment. And when I couldn't get where I had offered to take him, I said, Neville, let me take you to a nice place called the Waterfront Cafe at the Pierhead. And when we walked into the Waterfront Cafe, everyone ran up to him and said, Mr. Isdell, nice to see you, nice to see you. I said, wait a minute, they know you here? Neville said, of course, I come here every Tuesday night with my wife. I said, okay, so I've taken you to a good place. He said, I love this place. I said, in which case, why don't you buy it? I'll tell you why it is even more important to me, because I'm of the age where I remember Bridgetown when it had some life to it. I grew up around Bridgetown. My family had business in Bridgetown. In fact, right across the street here in front of the public buildings. That was a building where I, as a child, my parents had a business. So I remember when Bridgetown was active. And now to see and be a part of what is about to happen and is happening is even more important to me as a Barbadian, because I remember what it was, I remember what happened, and now I'm looking forward to the excitement of that new development.
What the project signals to us, not only to the government, but the people of Barbados, is confidence. Confidence in Barbados. Confidence in its people. Confidence in where Barbados is going. Confidence in stability. Stability in the government, stability in the infrastructure, and the ability to house and incorporate this kind of development in our capital city. And what that does is that shows to Barbadians and to the world that Barbados is on the rise. And the same way that we're on the rise, the Pierhead will be there with us.
Projects like these create many opportunities. Opportunities for investors coming in, looking for that quality, that value of to place the investment. But also, if we go first to local, it represents job creation. Job creation not only when the project is completed, but obviously during the construction of the project and the development of the project. We expect to see cafes, we expect to see water taxis, we expect to see commercial spaces, we expect to see residential properties eventually come into life. In other words, it's going to redevelop and re-enhance Bridgetown.
Almost every Barbadian can trace their ancestry back to entering the island at this point. And so that was the big inspiration. Although this is a very forward-focusing project, we want to bring reminders in the past. And we've done that in several ways, leaving pieces that allows you to remember what was here before, significant pieces that kind of jars the memory for those who've been here before, but it also begs questions for those who haven't, so again, that they can be enlightened.
My hope is to see heritage and history delivered to the public in a way that we cannot necessarily teach in schools. It's actually a tactile experience, it's a lived experience, and it's bringing heritage to life for young and old alike. The overarching theme is the designation, UNESCO designation in 2011. I think more needs to be made of that, and there's a tremendous opportunity in this project to reinvigorate and strengthen that designation. And this is my hope and my vision, among others, for the UNESCO inscription, which does relate to historic Bridgetown and its garrison.
We're in the historical Bridgetown. It's rich in culture. You can't get in a better location where you look at our parliament buildings. You can look at the sea if you love, but you can also take a stroll where we are in Golden Square and possibly find your name and your history right written on one of our walls. So it is a beautiful location to be a part of and to invest in.
Pierhead is going to be, for the first time, a mixed-use development in the heart of Bridgetown. So it's a lifestyle thing. It's not just residences, it's kind of what you do, the cafes, the restaurants, the retail shopping. It brings all these components into one area, and again, for the first time to have such an exciting type of development in the heart of the city.
We're respecting the history of the site and the future of the site in a couple of ways. We've retained all of the materials that came out of the old buildings, the coral block, some of the traditional ironwork and the antique tropical hardwood that was within the sugar bond, and we're saving that to reuse on the site. This is happening right now. Designs are complete, contractors are engaged, we're moving to build, and we're very excited to be part of the next chapter for Bridgetown and Barbados.